So first of all, before we get started, I want to apologize if my audio is any different or worse because my cat knocked over my tripod the other day and broke my other microphone. So if there's a difference in audio quality or anything sounds bad, I apologize. I'm working on it. The Wretched is directed by the Pierce brothers, and it stars John Paul Howard as Ben, a rebellious young teen who moves in with his father and discovers that his next-door neighbor might be a witch who might be eating children. I am going to be totally honest with you guys. I think the main reason I was excited for this movie was the poster. Look at it. It's pretty cool. It's an awesome poster design, leaves a lot of questions, and then I watched the trailer and it was pretty damn intriguing. Cool monster design, some really interesting visuals, and then I watched it and... The Wretched is a film that I really wanted to like, and I tried so hard to get invested in. But it didn't really do anything to keep me invested, and really didn't give me anything to leave any sort of impression whatsoever. And I'll go right out and say this movie isn't a bad movie. There are a lot of things that it does right, but there are just as many things it does that are absolutely infuriating. I will start with the good, though. The practical effects are really incredible, and the overall visuals of this movie are really cool. It's a really nice, well-made movie visually. It's well lit, and it knows exactly how to utilize light to make the most impactful shot possible. And there are a fair amount of unnerving moments that take place in the middle of the day, and I love when a movie's able to do that, make daytime scary. The performances are all pretty great, even if I couldn't tell the difference between a good amount of the characters until the third act. The chemistry between John Paul Howard and Piper Curta is actually pretty great, and honestly, both of their characters are fairly likable just from their chemistry alone. The problem comes down to the fact that neither of them are particularly well developed. We know next to nothing about Mallory aside from the fact that she likes Ben. And we know even less about Ben other than the fact that he had a Vicodin addiction, and that really serves no purpose to the plot other than being a reason for his dad not to believe him in the third act. But that reason very well could have just been he's crazy and screaming about ancient witches that eat kids. It wouldn't have made a difference at all. And since the Vicodin problem has no impact on the plot whatsoever, it feels totally pointless. The real issue in this movie is that nothing feels particularly grave in spite of the fact that the first scene involves the eating of a toddler. Its tone feels more equivalent to a darker episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps. And a big part of that comes down to its score, which is honestly abysmal. It's loud and bombastic and distracting as hell, and it overpowers several scenes and ruins every potentially scary or tense scene. I've heard some people say that the whole adult kid show tone is sort of what they were going for, and if that's the case, I mean, they did a good job, it just wasn't for me. I don't really have too much else to say. This movie didn't do anything for me at all. I'm gonna say that The Wretched is meh. I really wanted to like it more, but its wonky tone and obnoxious score and the fact that it's just so generic, I almost would have rather had it be totally awful so that way I would at least remember something about it. Also, a quick aside that includes some spoilers, but I'm not going to really recommend this movie. It's fine, but it's not anything that's gonna blow your mind, and the spoiler is not really going to change your viewing experience whatsoever. I have beef with the ending of this movie. The climax of this film involves Ben realizing that the witch has been erasing his memories of his little brother so that she can eat him. But he remembers, so he goes off to save him. But Ben is our POV character, so we've only been seeing things from his perspective. So up until this point, we didn't even know he had a little brother, because Ben didn't even know he had a little brother. So the big climactic moment of the film is Ben making a split-second decision to save a character who he knows nothing about, and we literally know nothing about. We didn't know he existed until this very moment, and we're supposed to care? I don't understand the choice made here, and it really makes several elements of the film completely fall apart. I don't get it. Anyway, that's that on that. I got nothing else to say. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, click down there, like, comment, subscribe. There's a Patreon link down in the description. I could really use your help now more than ever if you want to become one of my patrons. There's all sorts of cool new reward tiers, and you could be like all these cool people right here. You can get access to my private Discord server, access to special videos early. You can even get gifts sent right to your door by me. If any of that interests you, please consider donating. I would really appreciate it. But even if you don't, thank you so much for watching anyway, and I'll see you all very soon.